everyone. Mr. Devil here, Kenny Danico, 3-time Stanley Cup champion of the New Jersey Devils. And you're listening to the Uncle Puckers New Jersey Devils podcast. Let's go, Devils!
And we are back for, well, the second show, but kind of the first show for today. We are the Uncle Puckers New Jersey Devil podcast. I'm Chris with Tony Zamboni, Bobby, Pennsylvania, and Tim will be here shortly. They are
Amish Tim.
in traffic. Amish Tim, yeah, they're in traffic. They'll be here soon. So you guys for jumping on earlier today when we did our little football show earlier on this channel. Really appreciate it. We're not really going to kind of advertise that a whole lot because we're not going to open a new page or anything, a new channel. We're just going to do everything off the Uncle Puckers. And like I said, it's only one show a week. So if you guys like it, please tell a friend, and then they'll tell a friend, and then they'll tell a friend, and so on and so on. It's how over 3 years the Uncle Puckers built up a core audience of 7 to 8 guys that we absolutely love. So
thanks, Mom.
Yeah. But yeah,
and there'll be some devil stuff on that show too. You know, it'll bleed over, of course, because
Mike Ruff, we have not heard from you in a while, buddy. How you been, man? I hope all is well out there in BC. Also, I haven't heard from Mike Dakari in a while from Toronto. Him and I write usually during the season. We email back and forth. He's an awesome, knowledgeable Devil fan. So it's very cool. I wish I can go on vacation. Where'd you go, Mike? Tony, I want to ask you a question before we get rolling here. So let me just pull something up real quick. Oh my God, I can't work my
Wine
phone.
Country Mike went
I'm
to.
like, what was that?
Wine Country. Oliver Wine Country says.
Oh, Oliver Wine Country. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing like
me and Chris are poor. We don't know what that is. It sounds really fancy.
It sounds like Northern California vineyard kind of things. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Have you been to California, Chris?
That's one state I've actually never been to. I'm sure you have, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's cool, man. I think San Francisco is awesome. Everything's uphill though. But the thing was, if you go to Hollywood, it's nothing like you think. It's a disappointment, to be honest. You go to Hollywood, you expect I don't know what you expect. You go there and it's kind of like just tourists walking around with cameras trying to catch a celebrity on there, like a bird seeing or some shit like that. You know,
the farthest west I've been is Vegas. Actually, I never made it further to. Hey, Meadowlander, welcome. Have not made it past that. So I've been to a lot of states, but like I said, Vegas is farthest west. I'm dying to go to California. It's one of my dream trips. I'd love to go, but I want to start with the Metropolitan Division, and I'm just going to start from the bottom up before the guys come in. And Dubs, what's happening, buddy? Thanks for joining. And I'm going to give you the team, their record, points and record, and you tell me if you think this year they're going to be above that or over that. So an over-under on just the teams in the Metro.
Gotcha.
Okay? So dead last in the Metropolitan last year were the Flyers. They were 33, 39, and 10 and had 76 points. Do you think the Flyers are going to have more or less than 76 points this year?
I'm going to say yes, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe only two or four, but I think they will get to that point at least.
You know, I think that the moves that they made, I think not that I think they're going to go and make the playoffs right away. I think they're on their way to do that if they can shore up the goaltending. But I like Rick Tocchet being there. Another year of Michkov, if he can maybe get a little bit better 5-on-5 and defensively. And then who's the kid they just picked up? They traded for from Anaheim, Zegras. So
yeah, that'll be interesting with him there too.
Yeah, I kind of wish Tortorella was still there because I think him and Zegras would not get along, and I think it would be a lot of fun to watch.
You know what I always say about? I know people hate Torts, but I mean personalities like that I love in the league.
I know you do. I know you do. Hey, Mike is asking where Tim is. He's coming. He definitely probably is soaking his poison ivy filled body somewhere, but He'll be on shortly. And so Meadowlander, you throw a nice. I want to talk about this real quick. So, he writes, here we are. It's almost September. None of the off-season moves will move the needle. Why do we think we will be improved? I don't see it. I do see it.
But I think I agree with Meadowlander. I said it a couple weeks ago. Kind of the same deal. I'm not convinced. I'm not saying it can't happen. Just not convinced.
I get it. I just think that the moves that they made, they do move the needle. When you look at how ineffective our bottom six was last year, I mean, they were bad. Let's just fucking bad. Just revamping that and putting in Connor Brown and putting in Cody Glass and getting rid of Hala and Tatar and Bastion, it can only be better. So, yeah, I look at that and I say the bottom six is going to be better. Then I think about the additions as far as like Gritsiuk and what's the other guy? Dadonov, however. The guys, they're both, well, I don't know much about Gritsiuk, but what I do know about them, these guys are both goal scorers. Like, these guys can put the puck in the net. And I just think that, yes, we are going to be better. And then the rest of it comes down to the health. Because if this team stays healthy for 82 games, of course, give or take, I understand all that. But I'm saying Jack Hughes can't play 65 games this year. He has to play more than 75. Yeah, Angus Crookshank, Mike Ruff says, best name ever. No matter what, that dude, before he's done playing hockey, has to have his name on the Stanley Cup. Angus Crookshank needs to be on the cup. And yeah, I get it. It's that he had four things to do. It was the winger for Jack. It was a 3C. It was fix the bottom six. And I don't know, stroke off Sheldon Keefe in between periods, whatever it was. But no, he didn't do all the stuff, but that doesn't mean I don't think we're going to be better. So, I mean, I really do. I think that just this team staying healthy is enough.
Well, if you stay healthy, you got to be better. There's no way you're not going to be better than last year. I just don't think, I don't know if what they're saying in the chat is that I don't see us being more of a contender. I mean, if everyone's healthy, of course you're going to contend more, but I just don't think we made any moves to toughen up the team, which is what I always say we need. And I really do believe that.
I agree.
And
I do agree with that. The team lacks that. You said it on the last show we did, that Kachuk, that Marchand, that type of gritty player. The problem is
a weasel with talent.
Yeah, but there's not many of them. And, so it's hard to get them. And when you find them, they're like unicorns. That's why Ottawa, no matter what you offered them, even a couple of years ago, they weren't going to move off of Brady. And yes, that would definitely help the Devils. But I still think that the Devils, the Luke contract, Dubs, you're right in there. You had four things to do. 1 Luke contract, 2 top 6 winger, 3C, 4 new bottom 6. And you're saying he did 1. Yeah, he did the bottom 6. I do like the guys that are here. Do I think they're enough to really move the needle? I think they're going to help this team be a lot better, but I think that it's the core guys. These other guys that were brought in. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, good. Finish. I
was just saying, like, the guys that were brought in they're perimeter pieces. They're guys that are going to add stuff, but they're not the guys we're built around. The guys that we are built around, they're the guys that need to stay healthy and show up. And if they do, and we know Nico Hischier is going to show up. We, know Jack Hughes when he's on the ice is going to show up. He's got to be on the ice. Timo has
going to be full strength, they're saying. So
yeah, like Brad's got to not disappear for weeks on end. He's got to be consistent, and he can be. Every year we've seen Jesper Bratt get better and better. I don't expect that to change this year. Mercer has got to play at a different level.
Mercer, but I think if we rewound to when the season ends, right? Last game of the season, we're doing this show. Wouldn't you expect Fitz to have done a lot? Maybe a decent amount more than what he did. Like, nothing like that. Really, this was the fucking lamest offseason I think we've had in a long time, man.
You're right, and I agree. But this is where I defend Fitz. And I'm not a Fitz lover, but I will defend him here because of the comment like you just said. Like, we should have I would have loved to have seen a big move, but it's not like he made a move and or didn't make a move of a guy we wanted, and he lost on a trade because the guy got traded somewhere else, or he picked up, signed somebody, or somebody signed somewhere else instead of with us. There was nobody around. Nobody made any moves.
So.
Guys were not being moved. So we know that he was interested in Jared McCann. He was looking in on McCann, and Seattle said no. If Seattle had said yeah, and we had gotten Jared McCann, everybody would be happy with that. But we don't know how many teams he tried to pull guys off of and just couldn't make the deal.
I just wonder if I always wonder with him, and the ownership now, like we grew up in a different time period. We talked about this a couple episodes ago too. We grew up where you may love a guy, but his ass may be traded the next day to get a piece that fits to make the team better. I kind of feel now that with Fitz and stuff, maybe they don't want to move any of you have to give to get, as we know. Sometimes you have to give up on some dudes or give up someone that is good. Are we afraid to do that? Look at Nico Dawes. You probably could have traded him pretty decently at one time. Now, are these guys just going to leave us? Or why don't we should move some of these dudes to get some tools?
Who would you move?
Well, I would definitely move Dawes. I would move Mercer. It sucks to say that because I do like Dawson Mercer, but I think that's two guys that you can get some players for. You don't want to give up. Dude, you don't want to give up Jesper Bratt unless you're getting offered some fucking gigantic mega thing. There's certain guys you don't want to give up, but I think there's some guys you can give up, that you might not want to so much, but they might bring in something that, we watched Lou, right? Lou would grab, he didn't care. Not that he didn't care what the fans thought, but he pretty much would do what he felt would make the team better. And there's certain guys that I think that could have been moved at a certain time period that had more value at that time. And maybe that value isn't even that to that height right now with some of these dudes. Like Mercer 2 years ago, I think you would have got a shitload more for than you'd get right now.
If you think about it, if you did move, let's say Jesper Bratt, right? Real quick, I just want to read what Doug's right. If they aren't in the Eastern Conference Final this year, they need to dismantle the core. Enough is enough. These guys are not young anymore without any more. This season is now on the boys to put up or break up. And there's a lot of truth to that. Yeah, we've said it on this show all summer. This is the year. It's the proverbial shit or get off the pot season for the Devils. They absolutely have to take it to the next level. Eastern Conference Finals should be the goal. That should be the floor. Absolutely. With the core that we have. Now, a guy like Bratt, I like Jesper Bratt, but I'd have no problem trading him for the right guy. And we've talked a little bit, I think it was a couple of years ago, about package Bratt and maybe Mercer, and you send them off to Ottawa and get Brady Tkachuk in this room. That would have been the move of all moves. Brady Tkachuk moves the needle. But who is there that you can do that? I love Mason McTavish from Anaheim. You're going to have to give up quite a bit to get him. But yeah, I agree with you. Would you consider, if you consider the core of this team, Nico, Jack, Timo, Bratt, that it? Is that the core? Is it just those four? I'm talking offense.
Okay, offense, yeah.
Yeah, because I think on the blue line and goalies, we're fine.
Yeah,
I don't think we have to do shit there except sign Lou.
I think it's like Meadowlander says, it's not about the best players, as we know, as we've seen in New Jersey since back in the day. When they won their early cups, it wasn't about having the superstars. It was about having the right pieces. We just had this conversation. You add a Sean Chambers and Neil Brott and guys like this. Obviously we had Claude Lemieux for a couple of those cups too, which was key players, the agitators, just the grit. And that is one thing the team, I've said this for 3 seasons now, probably ever since we started doing the show. Something about the Devils is they just don't have that grit to them. You get certain guys we made some moves last year to bring some fighters in, but they were benched the whole time. It's we need a guy that's on the ice who's a leader and that fires up the locker room. And I don't know who that is actually, who's fiery in that. Cause back when we had Stevens and them, we knew that they held people accountable. I don't know now.
I think Brendan Dillon is that guy.
I like Dillon.
I think Brendan Dillon brings that. And I think that's why everybody shits all over his defensive play at times. And to me, that's not the reason he was brought here. He was brought here to lead the defensive, the blue line. He was there to be that presence and that experience in the locker room. So, yeah, Dubs, you're 100% right. When we were talking about it, I believe to get Brady was the summer after we lost 2 years ago to the
We knocked out the
Canes
Rangers
in
and
the
lost
second
to
round.
Carolina.
Yeah, that's when we were talking about Brady. There's no chance Brady's ever getting moved now, not since they actually made the playoffs. And yeah, Mike Ruff is 100%. We've said this, right? He says if Timo plays the way his body, I'll put it up. If Timo plays the way his body is built, then we have that gritty, hard to play player versus player. He just needs to use his body more. We saw it versus the Rangers. Timo Meier, when he decides to play that way, he's that guy.
Well, we need that 100%. You're 100% right.
All
There's
the
times
time.
you see it where you're like, okay, and there's certain
Mhm.
guys. I always say, I always can think of maybe not even the skill level, but I love Claude Lemieux, but I kind of think of them almost as the same player, except for Claude was 100% all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Timo, it's like you kind of got to hope he turns it on. When Claude was out there, you always knew it was on.
And
so
if
I
we-
think, yeah, it's a
If we
problem.
don't get a guy like that, if we go into the playoffs with the roster essentially what we have now, yeah, I see us. We could definitely make the Eastern Conference Final, and there Florida will dismantle us. They will, because the way that they play, you have to be able to keep up with them. Now, I do think that adding the speed on the team like we have now with a couple of the new guys, they are fast. We did lose a lot of speed the last couple of years. I think we got a lot of that back, and that kind of counteracts that flying around, hitting everything Florida model that they play, that physical brand. You can use speed to kind of counter that, but it's the playoffs, and come playoff time, you got to meet the physicality with the physicality. And I just don't know right now if Timo decides to start that way in October, then I think we have that guy, but he doesn't.
You know, Florida, they drive me crazy because they didn't need Marchand, but they bought him in there anyway. And it just was like the cherry on top. And that not only was that cherry on top, but that's a lot of personality too. You know,
now think about the three of the best guys that play that style, right? In the entire league, Matthew Tkachuk, Brad Marchand, and Sam Bennett.
Yeah.
And all three of them are in Florida. It is an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah, they're the favorite next year, in my opinion, as much as I don't want to see them win again, man. They are fucking tough.
The Tkachuk injury, I think, that can slow them down. I do. I think that that's going to hurt them because we don't know when he's coming back. And Mike Ruff writes here also, I think that Shane Lachance can be that gritty guy. You always have a chance when Shane Lachance is in your lineup. I like that.
That's what you're
Give
saying.
the guy,
I think.
I love him. I love him. I think we should definitely give him a Lachance. I don't think he's, most likely not making the roster out of camp. We did a little true and false on the last show, Tone, that you weren't on, and that was one of the questions. Will Lachance be in the lineup for opening night? And everybody said no. He just, is probably going to get sent down to the A. I love the kid, and I think he can be the type of guy that we need to do that. I really do. I mean, I think he's going to be the type of dude that's going to roll into training camp, and he's going to open a lot of eyes. Because the one thing about him, when we did our kind of Welcome to New Jersey segment, where we kind of did a little bit of player profile on some of these dudes, everywhere Shane Lachance has played, he has been the captain. Everywhere he's that leader. Guys follow him. And I think he's a guy going kind of under the radar right now that's going to show up in camp and turn a lot of heads. And it's going to be a really hard choice for Tom Fitzgerald to actually send him down, because I think he's going to show you everything to make the team. It's just a matter of we don't have the room.
Yeah.
Good
problem to have, actually, I guess.
Well, not really. If a guy like Chance shows out in training camp and you can't keep him because you have Andre Palat on the team, that's not a good problem.
You're going to have an injury in that first month. I think he'll get in that lineup, and then he'll have a chance. If he doesn't make the lineup, I mean, there's always going to be one surprise, you think, or two surprises. Maybe that'll be one of them.
Dawson Mercer did it.
Yeah. Yeah. And, again, like I forget sometimes. I don't forget, but when I'm talking on the show, and again, what the fuck do I do? I'm not a hockey player, but Mercer, man, never misses a game. You got to give him credit. The guy is fucking. You're always going to have that body in the lineup.
Yeah. I just don't understand Tom Fitzgerald's philosophy on managing. I don't understand it. It's only, he's big in the free agent market. He's going to go out. He's going to sign guys. But then this whole idea of this is my roster and I don't want to fuck with it during the season, I don't like that, because if you know that you have a problem, you address that problem and fix it. And he doesn't do it. And that's just the most frustrating thing when you're in the middle of the season.
2 seasons
Yeah.
ago.
2 years ago, we were sitting here. Come on, what are you doing? Get Markstrom. Why is this deal not done? And we had to wait until the summer to get it done. And we knew it last year. Got to get somebody to play with Jack. The top six. We need to do something up there. And then Jack gets hurt. Maybe if you had somebody in there, maybe that doesn't happen. I don't know. And here comes Bobby, Pennsylvania. Hi, Bob.
What's up, dude? How we doing?
Man?
We're doing all right, man. We're just bullshitting and talking a little bit about Tom Fitzgerald's philosophy on general managing and how we don't necessarily understand it.
Sure.
Just the idea of never making a move in the season to kind of make this team better. That's just worrisome and bothersome. But we were doing a little exercise, and we can actually kind of finish. And now that you're here, Bob, it's just a quick over-under. We're going to start in the Metropolitan Division, and we're going to move up from the last to first. And I'll give you their points, their record, and you tell me if you think that they're going to be over or under where they were last year.
All right.
So we started with the Flyers. They were dead last. They were 33, 39, and 10 for 76 points. Tony thinks they're over. I think they're going to go over. What do you think?
I would agree. They got to go over. A couple points at least.
Pittsburgh Penguins, 34, 36, and 12 for 80 points. Over, under, Tony.
What was that record again? 34, 30, 36?
34, 36, and 12. 80 points.
I'm going to say yes, just because Sidney Crosby, I can't think that it's not possible with him on the team.
Okay. What do you think, Bob?
Under.
I'm under too.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be
They're the basement this year.
yeah, I agree. Now, Mike Rupp, you're right. Like the favorite saying that we're all a family, that's like Fitz's favorite thing, right? Or, no, we're a big family here in Jersey. I don't give a shit about this whole family atmosphere.
We're working on the culture.
Yeah, I think the culture is it's built, man. Like enough, enough of this. I don't want to move Dawson Mercer because I drafted him and he, is part of this family. I don't want to move Palat because he was my first big free agent signing and he's part of this family. Sometimes you break up with your family.
Sometimes
Chris,
you're divorced.
your head's like completely cut off by the Uncle
I do.
Puck matter, right?
I do.
Just making sure
I
you're
do.
aware of that.
Bobby, take over for a second.
Maybe we go to circles.
It's like his digital bandana.
Yeah, what's up?
You can answer that on the show.
Oh, what's up,
What do you
man?
mean?
How you doing, Bobby? How's it? I saw your kids is back on
Are
the
you
ice.
shitting me?
Yeah, middle school. Back on the ice, yeah, but also middle school started today, so it's kind of a big jump. Sixth grade middle school. So
That's crazy.
yeah, it was cool though.
nice.
Yesterday we went out. We had a little Quakers banquet barbecue for all the different Quakers Travel League teams.
I'm in the middle of a show right now.
From,
you want me to get
you know,
off?
from 10U to 16, 18U. And met some families, that kind of thing. So we're excited. We got double
Nice.
seasons coming up. Got tryouts for a school team coming up. So yeah, we're just full of it, man.
Well, can we pick the car up and get it home?
A lot of change. He should probably mute that.
Talking to these assholes, Tony
Did
and
he give you a
Bobby.
price on a new transmission?
Oh, transmission doesn't sound good.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Let
mute
me
that.
call you right
That's
back.
fine.
I'm so sorry, guys. I thought I
No, dude,
was
it's
muted.
cool.
I thought I was muted. I don't know why the mute button.
Shit
wasn't
happens.
working.
This is a live show.
Yeah, my son's car's his Corvette shit the bed and the transmission was going. And finally got it into a shop, and they said that it was going to be the. Just got it into the shop. It looked like it was the solenoids for the tranny, and it was like a $700 job. So the guy opened it up and then called him today and said, look, there's a bunch of metal in there that, I'm not sure if this is going to be 100%, that this is going to work. I wanted him to do the work anyway, because it was still a chance that it was going to work. He just called me, said the guy called him up and said that it needs a new tranny. So he's like almost in fucking tears now. So
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell we're going to do.
What year is the car?
98.
Yeah. See, this is the problem I had with all those cars back then too. It always seemed like it was those big items like the transmission stuff. I had the same issue with the American cars back then, but I know they're better now. But well, you start getting into those any age of car at that year, it's just that shit happens, man.
The kid worked his ass off to save up for this money. He saved up $10,000, and
crazy.
I told him, and of course, you're not going to listen to your father, but I told him, I'm like, look, man, you have 10,000 right now. Like, you can go to a dealership and buy an Accord or something that you like that's nice and fun to drive and have a warranty on it and know it's certified pre-owned and all that shit. He wanted to hear nothing about it. Bought this fucking car without even really having a mechanic look at it. All this shit. Didn't listen to anything that I told him, and now we're in this position. Now the only
How long
good
has
thing,
he had it for?
He's had it since. Well, he bought it back in January. He got his license in June, and now it's in the shop. And not only after he bought it, he paid like $3,000. Had the thing wrapped, so it was beautiful, all done, new color, everything. So
I don't know where the younger generation gets the money to do this wrap thing. I was talking to my younger cousin when I bought my Jeep 4 years ago, and then his girlfriend bought one like, I don't know, 6 months later, 8 months later. He's like, yeah, you got to get it wrapped. It'll protect it. And I'm like, yeah, cool. How much is that? He's like, $3,000. I'm like, go screw yourself, dude.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I don't have $3,000. I just bought a Jeep. What are you talking about? Well, how do you have the money for that?
Like, what are you doing spending the money on like this? Like, you're spending all your fucking money on the car. Now, the only good thing that he has is I just think we should go get the car, bring it back home. And my daughter goes back to school tomorrow, so at least her car's here, so he can take it. But it's just, now you're talking about another $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. Like, I have no idea. Yeah. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. So anyway, that's my.
Gotta say, the Uncle Pucker show is live and real, man. We got life problems.
And I apologize.
I could get bombed any second here. You just never know, man.
Ratings.
All right, let's go to the Islanders. They were 35-35 and 82 points. Islanders, Tony, over or under 82?
Under.
I'm going to go over. I just think a couple of bounce back years, a little bit. Sorokin's still there. A couple points over.
It's hard to go against Sorokin, isn't it?
Yeah, I kind of see them like staying right there. I'll say over a point or two, but I don't feel very good about it. The Rangers, 39-36 and 7 for 85 points. Tone.
It hurts to even think like this.
It does.
I mean, they could go over. I mean, they're the fucking Rangers, but I'm going to be a homer and say under, but it's very possible, unfortunately.
I think they are on the decline, but I still think they could squeak out another couple points. So I'm going to go over. Yeah,
that's probably the smart thing to say. I'm going to say under because same reason that Tony is to fuck the Rangers, I just don't know how much better they got. Like we're pissing and moaning that, Fitz didn't do enough. Imagine being a Ranger fan. You go from the President's Trophy to missing the playoffs, and then your summertime you picked up a defenseman, and that's about it, right? I mean, they really don't have anybody else other than just being another year older, another year slower, and another year more annoying. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go under. Blue Jackets, 40-33 and 9, 89 points for the Columbus Blue Jackets, Tone.
I'm going to go under. I think they will actually go backwards a little bit this year. I think last year was a lot of emotion. Yeah, I do. I mean, I felt like they kind of overachieved to where they should have been at last year, and I think that had a lot to do with, like I said, probably there's a lot of heart into that game last year. So
this is a weird one for me because I think they're going to be better than last year. But when you look at those point predictions, it's already kind of lofty for where I expect them to be. So it's kind of hard to say over. Like, do I really think they're into the 90 plus points?
And they were surprised last year, Bobby. Remember?
I still, they're up and up a little bit. I think this would be the last team. I probably give them a few extra points because somewhere these points have to come off the board too. So I'll say over.
Yeah, I'm going to take over too. I think the Blue Jackets are going to surprise even more people next year. I think they're going to be in the playoff race. I see them top 3 in the Metro, so I'm going to go over. All right, then we have the New Jersey Devils, 42-33, 7, 91 points. Tone?
If they're healthy, over.
Crushingly over. They're hitting 100 points.
Yeah, I am with you. Over. The Hurricanes, 47, 30, and 5, 99 points.
They'd be right around there again. I'm going to say under, though.
Yeah,
They're
this
going
is
to be
one of
around
the
there
teams.
again.
One of the teams that a couple of the other teams will sneak some points out of. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go under.
I'm going to take the under as well. Capitals, 51, 22, 9, 111 points. Yeah.
I mean, those
Wait.
guys were playing for, for old OV, so I think it's going to be a little bit different this year.
I
I'm
think they could
surprised,
still
too.
be a
None of us
challenge,
picked them.
but under 100 points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
I
love to hear
actually-
our predictions last year for them before the season started, because I'm sure we all had them like pretty much at the
Bottom of the barrel.
Washington? I had Washington dead last in the Metropolitan
I had
Division.
them close, like 7th or something.
Yeah, I just thought there was no way that they were gonna, and then they come out 111.
I do like
points,
that Tom
and
Wilson, though, but
I like a lot of players on that team.
Yeah.
You know, like, they have a lot of good players. I just think they blew their load last year, and like you said, it was that whole Ovechkin chase, and they were playing for that. Is Ovechkin really gonna play as hard, or I know he's always going to play hard, but I'm just saying I don't know if his heart's going to be in it as much next year. Next year is just kind of the farewell tour, right?
that's what you might get. So you may, the way he's built kind of mentally, it seems, you may get 100% out of him, but how much is that going to be? He is getting older. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to see less heart, only just because he doesn't seem like that kind of dude who's going to go out there. And there's certain guys like your Crosby's and your him that pretty much you feel are going to give 100% no matter what.
Like, can the
That's
guy
true.
recklessly shoot even more? Just like, fuck it, I'm throwing everything to the net, like over and over. You know what I mean? Like, who cares what happens at the end of the season?
Yeah.
I would, if I was picking right now the Metro at the top 3, I would take the Devils, the Blue Jackets, the Canes. That's my top 3. That's how I would lay it out.
I don't know if I'm that bullish on the Blue Jackets yet, but I would definitely leapfrog
Yeah.
the Canes over them. I have to at least give them that.
Because last year when their Blue Jackets were, when they were doing what they were doing, everyone was kind of surprised. No one expected that, and I think eventually they may come back down to reality.
We got to find out Tim's ETA here so we can get some of these games in before we wrap it up for the night. I just you guys have your album covers.
Yeah.
Yes. It was
Yeah, so
actually a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Because
I ended up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only have 7 to choose from. That's it. So I'm hoping.
I know no one will choose any of mine.
We're definitely only going top 3 for this one because, like we used to do, not going to a 4th album cover.
Oh, are we doing 3 or 4? I wasn't sure.
We've always
We
been
had
doing
4,
3.
Bobby, but
Four
you can
just
go 3 if
recently
you want.
started.
Bob, you have the Black Album on there, man. You don't
Yeah,
have to
but
fuck
no.
a Black Album.
Well, I really wanted to pick it for its elegant simplicity, Tony. But no, it did not make it. I'll give it an honorable
Thank
mention
God.
with a side of fuck you.
Thank God.
Why would I put that on there, dude? You can't even, there's nothing
You're a
on it. It's
Metallica
Is this-
guy, 100%.
Isn't there a snake on the bottom?
I think
I
so.
see
your
Yeah,
Facebook
like a
ad.
half
Little tiny snake in the bottom corner.
Now, we did say because Tim had thought originally it was just any album cover, which would have made
Yeah.
this thing extensive. But no, certainly if it went to
90s.
the 80s, like, Puppets
yeah.
and even Lightning, like those are just killer album covers. So,
That's
and
what got hard.
But 90s
That's what
was it was difficult because you had to kind of branch out beyond just what you're a fan of for sure. Like if you're looking at album cover, I started with what I'm a fan of because certain albums you buy and they're just iconic to you, and like you pick up the CD to this day and you're like, wow, that's just awesome. But you really had to branch out if you're gonna make this one work.
It also makes you realize how old some of these records are. I was looking at some of these ones that I thought were in the 90s. I was like, oh, No Rest for the Wicked, Ozzy. I just love that fucking 80s.
Yeah.
I actually, what I did too was I was, usually I was like, well, I should pick something that everybody would know, but I kind of just went what I thought was some of the best of the 90s. Nobody's going to choose mine. I'm pretty much 100% sure of that,
I had Lateralis from Tool on there, and I loved that album cover, and then I realized that was like 2004, so yeah, that can't count.
You're way off.
2004.
Yeah. So I don't know where Tim is, but I think that maybe, how do you guys feel? Maybe we should do a Devil while we're waiting for him, and then.
I do. If we want to try to buy a little bit of time, I did tell you guys that I was sitting at lunch with my little buddy the other day, and we were doing a couple Devils mock drafts that we can just kind of look at and see who picked better. Maybe Tim will jump on before we end this. So again, it was just me and him. We went back and forth like is a snake draft. It was just the two of us. So we just rolled to see who went first, and we just went 1 for 1. We're just here's Tim now, so we can save that. For
All right. Hi, Tim. Yeah.
Hi.
So, let's
Tim.
do the devil you know, and then the snake draft, and then we'll call it a night, and then we'll do Bobby's draft on the next show because I think I have to go take care of a transmission at some point. So, we're gonna.
The fun never stops. Sorry for
This adulthood really fucking sucks.
It sure does, especially adulthood does suck. But we are about to play the Devil You Know, the most fun and interactive game in New Jersey Devil podcast history. The game is essentially tonight will be Bobby will be the clue giver. He's going to give us clues to a former New Jersey Devil player. Tim, Tony, and myself get 3 incorrect guesses before we are eliminated. We can ask Bobby any question we want. He can or cannot answer. It is completely up to him. And away we go.
Shall we play a game?
Buckle up, boys and girls. It is time for the Devil You Know on the Uncle Pucker New Jersey Devil Podcast.
Green fart gas is so epic.
Yes,
Really
it is.
lays down the foundation for how stinky that would have been for a cartoon. Anyway.
I concur.
Okay. Let us begin. This former devil, whose name I will not give, Tim, played 21.
I'm never living that down.
Oh, you fucking gave the name out.
I fucked
Yeah.
one up, yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, because I was reading something horrific that happened to him off of Wikipedia, and it said his name in it, and I just
I've almost done
The
that.
cool
so-
thing was I still beat Chris to answering it, even though he heard it too.
You know,
We got that.
His
I
name
suck.
is not Scott Stevens.
Okay, so this former devil played 21 total professional seasons with 5 teams. Played 1 year with our AHL affiliate, in which he 73 games, he scored 18 goals and 40 assists. He also had 56 penalty minutes, which happens to be 15 more penalty minutes than his highest ever in his NHL, which was 41. In his NHL career, he played over 1,200 games with 434 goals, 455 assists, 889 points, and was a plus 76. Now, that's important because his point pace was about 70% of his games he would score a point, and he mirrored that in the playoffs. But his plus minus tells a very different story. In 122 playoff games, although he did get 39 goals and 44 assists for 83 points, it was actually a minus 25. So he went from plus 26, plus 76 in his career to minus 25 in the playoffs.
Bobby Holik.
Incorrect.
when was this guy drafted?
Not getting there yet.
Okay.
Tony's on the line. You know, we don't want to get answers right away.
I feel so brain dead. All the numbers are fucking me up. I'm like, man, I don't know.
I try to write these now so that Tony can't get them.
Yeah, I'm never gonna guess it by like games played or something
Right.
like that.
I just like to fill it with some
Yeah.
fodder.
That's a lot of goals and a lot of assists. So certainly in a lot of games.
What was it?
Right, over 1,200
400
games.
434 goals, right?
Yeah.
His lowest goal total in playing, most of the games, not like a shortened season or an injured season, was actually 14 goals, and that was with the Devils. And his second lowest was 15, which he did twice with 2 other teams.
Can you tell us what teams he played with, Bobby?
Not yet. This
Can
player.
you tell us where he's
passed-
from?
Not yet.
Anything? Anything
Yeah,
at
I'm getting
all?
there. Yes, I'm getting there. This player passed the 50-point mark just 9 times in 20 NHL seasons. However, he did have 5 30-goal seasons with 2 different teams.
Jamie Langenbrunner.
Incorrect.
You only get one more incorrect guess.
I know.
We've never
This
had
is-
somebody bow out on
I just want to
guessing.
guess too, so let's throw some shit out there.
I mean, I'm trying here. Like
Billy
somebody
Garrett?
else- Somebody
I
else
don't have-
fucking say. Somebody else say something.
I don't
Billy
have much
Garrett?
left. Incorrect.
That's a good guess.
This player has had as high as 8 game-winning goals in a season twice, but also as low as 1 twice and 2 once.
Peter Sikora?
Incorrect.
Mhm.
Was that
This-
8? That was with our AHL team, or is
That was with our AHL team, yes. And if it helps, I can tell you which named team it was. It was, in fact, the River Rats.
Okay.
This was a 7-year Devil out of his 20-year season.
Brian Ralston.
Incorrect. He
That's
played
2
with
for you too. I might just win by
I know.
you guys eliminating.
I don't even know how much.
yourself.
I didn't even add up how many years Ralston played there. I just sounded
7
right.
years.
it felt right. It felt right, Tony. It felt right.
4 different NHL teams. I'm not naming them yet.
Oh my
Fuck's sake,
god,
Bob.
we got no
Love
info
it.
here.
Love it. Okay. He won a gold in the World Juniors in 2004 and an Olympic medal in 2010, silver in the Olympic medal 2010. This Devil left the team the same year that the great movie Ted and The Dark Knight Rises premiered.
I don't know what that year is.
Chris usually knows
Um,
this. I like to throw
No, I'm bad with the 2000s.
the year would be
2010
2008?
silver.
2012.
Okay,
The
2012.
2010 silver was that Crosby golden goal that was Canada beat the U.S.
Yes, it was.
So he's an American.
This player is American. This player was. Sorry.
Go ahead. I've between Tony and I, we've got the 2 high scoring.
I'm in trouble.
I
Right now.
remember.
No, here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes.
All right.
Drafted first overall in the first round.
Zach
I'm sorry,
Parise.
17th overall in 2003.
Zach
Parise. That's it. There you go.
And
Nice, Tim.
final clue was this Shadow St. Mary's and University of North Dakota alum. Best
Yep.
Devil season was 45 goals and 94 points in the 09-10 season. Well, we went down to the last clue, so that's pretty good.
That was a good one.
Now I could see why you went the other way because that
He's
would've-
so pronounced. You got to go really
Yeah.
deep.
Yeah.
You know?
yes.
That's why
That's a
I haven't
good
figured
one.
out how to do Elias yet. I keep pulling it up. I'm like, I just can't do
That
this
was
guy.
that. I was thinking that until you said American. I was like, let me see it. But then when you said it's only 7 years, I was like, okay, well, I guess that.
Yeah.
I should have gotten that. Good one, Tim.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good
Sir.
one. All right. So now let's jump to our second game. Tonight's snake draft of the week. And we're going to do our random number generator. It's 90 album covers, the best ones. We're going to post it up on X and Blue Sky, and you guys get to vote on it. And the winner picks the category for next time. So let's do a 1 through 10. That work?
Whatever you want. 1 through 10,
All
1
right.
through 20, whatever.
Tim, 1 through 10.
5.
Tom,
6.
Bob.
10.
I'll take 3. And it's 7. Who had
Ugh, Tony
Six.
Tony Price has righted me.
yeah. So Tony, Tim,
$1.
I guess Bobby, me will do that.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Tony,
No.
Yeah, I gotta
Tim,
pull up my list.
Bob, Chris.
I have no
And
threat of anybody
Chris.
taking mine. I'm pretty sure.
So you could have went last.
Tim,
Yeah, I could have.
Tony.
How about I make you a trade for a future consideration of picking
And-
first, Bobby?
All right, Tony, you're first.
Okay,
Your
I'm gonna
first
start.
best album cover.
So in the 90s, and actually, mine are all in the 90s, I believe. No, one's
They
in
have to be.
92.
You said they had to be in
No,
the
one's
90s.
92. I'm saying actually the year 92.
Oh,
Actually,
1990.
yeah,
Okay.
but I got a 92 in there too. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go Judas Priest, Painkiller, from
Okay.
90. It's done by Mark Wilkinson, which is a cool cover.
I don't have any information about who designed the
Neither
album
do I.
covers.
I have the
but-
artist out info and all. That's what you do when you.
All right, Tim.
Nerd. All right, I'm gonna take the low hanging fruit and say never mind.
You like little naked babies in a pool. Okay.
All right, Bob.
The little peanut.
So
dick.
my first
That
is
guy tried to
actually,
sue them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No.
we got older. It's like
Yeah,
now I'm
it's
pissed
like,
off.
yeah,
I got a
you
little
got rich
dick.
from
I gotta
this,
make
dude.
some money off this.
Now's not the time.
Yeah.
My first, I don't know if you guys have ever really looked at this album cover too much, but it's Pink Floyd Pulse. It's this crazy eye and like this universe black hole. It's like cosmic and weird and just like flat out beautiful. It is just like the most killer album cover. I believe it was on Chris's list because he seems pissed.
No,
He seems
it
not.
wasn't on my list. It was my number one. It was
Oh,
my
good.
number one on my list.
Don't worry, I took that one.
All right, I go next. I don't even want to play this game anymore. I didn't think anybody was going to have Pulse on there.
It is that good. Yes.
I'm going to go Rift from Fish. I love that album cover. It's super cool. So I'm going to go with Rift.
It's a good one.
And I go again.
Yes.
I'm going to go back to Pink Floyd, The Division Bell. Those are two Easter Island heads. It's a super cool cover. So that's where I'm going.
We
With
probably
my
could have just
second
done
pick.
this with all Pink Floyd albums.
Yeah, you really
Yeah.
could. I had to fight
There's only-
myself just to put that one down the list further, so it wasn't like back to back. But
Oh, I was going back to back. I was
Were
going to
you?
go Pulse and Division Bell. Yeah. All right. So Bobby, you're up. Second pick.
yeah, so next one is Iron Maiden, Fear of the Dark.
That's on my
Eddie's
list.
Cover. I thought about
he's
that.
like part of the tree, just menacing
Yeah.
and freaky, and the colors are just awesome. So that is number 2.
That's a great one. It's on my
It was-
list.
It's hard with Maiden too because I thought their best covers were all like obviously Number of the Beast, and
Yeah,
all
the
that
80s.
stuff. But that was a good cover. Yeah, all hit the 80s period.
Yeah.
Killers.
Tim,
All right. Sorry, what was yours, Bob?
The
Fear of
last
the
one.
Dark.
Fear
Iron
of the
Maiden.
Yeah.
Dark, Iron Maiden.
Okay. I am going with Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness.
Wow, it's Pumpkins.
Yep. I love that album.
What's that image? I don't recall that image.
Yeah, it's like the sort of kind of dream sequence of the woman in the star, and then there's like a little
right.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
the Indian
Looks like a
guy on
Hallmark
top,
ornament.
right, and then
Yeah.
some like little angels on surfboards. I think they might be naked. I don't know what that says about me in my first pick.
It's hard to say.
Next is going to be Soul Asylum's Grave Dancers Reunion.
That's not a bad one.
I might need to cry. I might
Got a
need to
great
cross
record.
that off. We need to cross that one off my list, Tony.
All right, Tony, you're second.
They're on to me.
the crying game soundtrack.
Yeah.
In the shower. I'm going to go Cannibal Corpse, Tomb of the Mutilated from 92.
Oh,
Okay,
gonna cross
I'm
that
gonna
off
have
my
to-
list.
I'm gonna have to look that one up.
That's what you have to
And
post
Tony-
that one, Tim.
Yeah.
You go again, Tone.
I'm going to go with Obituary Cause of Death, which was actually supposed to be the Sepultura album cover for Beneath the Remains, but they had some issues. So Obituary wound up using it, but it's a pretty famous cover in that genre.
I look forward to seeing these when Tim posts them. Tim, you're up. Third and final pick.
Pretty famous, huh? You sure about that? Oh man, I have a lot of
Naked
a lot here. Okay, I'm going Snoop Dogg Dog Pound.
I don't know that album cover. I
naked,
trust you,
naked dog pound. Got it.
It's like a doghouse with like a little. It's like a cartoon with like a wall in the background.
I'm
Okay.
familiar with it. It's cool.
It's the
Thanks,
Picasso
Alright.
of
You got it.
It's
You're
famous.
live.
It's famous in that genre.
the
of
genre.
I'm curious if Bob's going to snake my last pick.
Let's see. Is it from 92?
I don't know the years.
Okay. Actually, I have to do this one, although I got some really, I'd say more artsy, cooler ones that are in reserve after this. But this one is so classically cool to me, and the album meant so much for when it came out. And that's Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
Yep.
Just kind of their four faces, freaky tongues coming out in the rows. Like your eyes don't even know where to go. It's busy. But it's just one of those like
That's a
CDs
good
that
one.
just pick it up and it just pops to me.
How many bad tattoos was Red Hot Chili Peppers responsible for? I wonder. At the end of the day,
Oh,
Every
Probably a
tribal
lot.
band ever.
yeah. Every tribal band.
or the little
ever used
symbol on the
Bobby.
bottom of their foot, everyone's
Yep.
leg, and shit like that.
Okay, for my final one, I'm going to go with Jane's Addiction, Ritual de lo Habitual.
I swear to God, I was thinking that too. It's a
I
fucking
could
awesome
do
cover.
another round of this, to be honest.
I do
I
have
had
more.
4.
Good.
I had 4,
Yeah.
so
If we can
All right,
squeeze
so
one out, let's
then
do it.
I go again. So my last one, I'll go with In Utero, Nirvana.
That's a good one. I
Yeah.
actually kind of like that album almost more than.
Yeah, I like the
Nirvana.
cover more. So then, Bob, you're up.
All right, which one do I really want to use here? once again, I think I'm gonna deviate from my order last minute here, and I'm gonna go with. I'm not a huge fan, but Neil Young, Harvest Moon.
It's a great one.
Great
The image is
record.
just it's like captivating. It's so simple. It's like a scarecrow or a person I don't
Yeah.
know, but it's black and white, and it's just super killer. So yeah, I just moved that one up like 3 spaces because I can't stop about it. So
The 7 that I had on my list have been knocked off by either me or you, Bob. Everything. I had Rift from Fish. I had the Division Bell, Pulse, Harvest Moon, In Utero, Ritual, and Iron Maiden, Fear of the Dark. Tony. Oh yeah, you took Fear of the Dark, Bob. Yeah. So you sniped my other one. So Tone, you're up.
You
No,
guys are
sorry, Tim.
adorable.
Tim,
You guys are adorable.
heard you. 4th one.
All right.
You got 10 on there, don't you, Tim?
I do have a long list here.
No, Pearl's on 10. I meant.
No, fuck that.
sitting down there next to the Black Album, Tony.
No, I'm between 2. All right. So one of my favorite album covers is Old Dirty Bastards, Return of the 36 Chambers, the dirty
I don't know
version.
that one.
It's
I don't know
hilarious. It's
either.
just a picture of his like ID, and it's him. And he's
Oh,
just such
yeah,
a,
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like he's such a
Yeah.
goofy looking motherfucker that
Nice.
I fucking loved Wu Tang. I went through a
Yeah, I
weird
like Wu Tang.
white boy Wu Tang phase.
I think all white boys our age had a little Wu Tang phase.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Tony, you're up. Last one.
I got 2 here. Let me pick which one. I want to go with Dwarves, Blood, Guts, Pussy, but I'm not going to because Tim will not be able to post that onto the Facebook page or the Instagram page, which is a great cover if you guys haven't seen it with the midget and the naked girls covered in blood.
Yeah. Famous
Take
in
your
its
word for it.
genre.
Hey, the Dwarves, amazing band. But I'm going to go with Ex Hoarder, Slaughter in the Vatican from 1990.
Okay. I don't know that one either. But again,
I'm losing this
seeing
big
them in
time.
their posts.
Tim's
No,
Google
I mean,
search history just took a
Don't,
dive. man.
don't underestimate the death metal sect of our,
and not to mention-
fan base.
If the cover's cool, the cover's cool. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what the music is. You're not going by the album, going by the cover. But
Music's
unfortunately,
killer, too.
I'm gonna have to like cut it hard here because I got to go take care of some stuff, and it's a little shorter than usual, guys. But thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Please hit the subscribe, the like, the alert bells. Leave a comment on the YouTube channel. Check out our little football show that we did this morning. That was pretty fun.
Did you see the logo I sent you?
Yeah, I love it,
Yeah,
dude.
I love
You
it.
really? All right, cool.
We might have to bring Uncle Punters back onto the table.
I might get that tattooed on me. Are you
But
kidding
that
me?
color
shit's
there,
awesome.
man, I don't know. That's a Viking
Um,
show
I
right there.
did that on
why-
purpose.
that's why I
Double
did it.
purple for these
Yeah,
two.
That's
that's
Vikings,
problem with that
Vikings
shit.
and Ravens. Vikings and Ravens. We need a black and white
Yeah.
version just for Tony.
I like it. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Wherever you're listening to us, wherever you get your podcast, a like, a subscription, a download, positive comment, positive review helps a little podcast that could. Thanks for hanging out with us today on this Monday afternoon. For Tim, Bobby, and Tony, I'm Chris. We're the Uncle Puckers, and we'll see you when we see you.
Peace.
Bye bye.
It's over, Johnny. It's over!
All right, I got to bounce.